Traveling with kids does not have to be a disaster, but sometimes it can feel really overwhelming. As somebody who has traveled to more than 50 countries around the world, and more than 30 of those have been with kids, one who is now in elementary school and one who is in diapers, I understand how overwhelming traveling, especially one who travels solo with 2 kids, can feel. So here are 7 tips that I have used time and time again to ensure that not only we're getting there safely, but we arrive with sanity mostly intact. Tip 1, prepare your mental game. If you change your mindset from, oh my God, this is so overwhelming, this is going to be awful, I'm so stressed, to breaking things down step by step into small wins, your trip is going to start successful. So traveling solo, I understand how overwhelming traveling with 2 kids can really be, because I am going through and juggling between boarding passes, passports, snack bags, diaper bags, is somebody's water full when we're going through security, and all of those elements, and I'm doing it by myself. And I work really hard to ensure that I am constantly fixing my mindset, because if I start thinking, oh my God, this is so stressful, to, okay, we got through security. Win number 1. We are at our gate. Win number 2. Everybody has had a snack. Win number 3. We're in our seats. Win number 4. And I break them all down into bite-sized wins. My mindset goes from, oh my God, this is awful, to, okay, we got this one down. On to the next one. We got this one down. On to the next one. And changing your mindset is going to change the game overall for you when traveling with kids, because not only are you less stressed, but your kids are less stressed, because they can feel your anxiety and will feed off of that. If you're going into it calm, they will also go into it much calmer. Tip number 2, pack light. As somebody who has started traveling with my kids at age of 6 weeks old, twice, I understand how much crap a kid of a small age needs when you're traveling. And especially when you think about all the different factors. Are you renting a car? Are you staying at a hotel? Are you doing a rental like an Airbnb or a VRBO? Do they have car seats, pack and plays, high chairs? All of those extra items can feel really big and bulky and overall stressful to start thinking about packing them and to bring them, carrying them through the airport. Oh, I have some horror stories. There's nothing you can do about child gear, unfortunately. But as they get older, it does become easier to obviously leave the pack and play behind and then rent a car seat or have a travel car seat. Things like that can adapt over time as your kids get older. However, that does not apply to what you're actually physically bringing onto the plane or into the car with you. So the rule in our house is 1 backpack per person, 1 rolly bag. Now, my son and I at this age usually are sharing a rolly bag, so I get a little bit bigger of one. But we are in the transition period of moving out from 1 big rolly bag to 1 smaller rolly bag as he gets older and is transitioning out of diapers and into the more potty training pull-up phases. Having 1 backpack and 1 rolly bag really enables us to be able to transfer smoothly through airports, train stations, and even when we are renting cars or when we are road tripping. Everything feels less bulky when you have less. So we have streamlined our entire process with our go-to rule of 1 rolly bag, 1 backpack. Trust me, the toddler does not need 3 outfits for a single day for a 7-day trip. Have a backup one, and then if worst case scenario, there's always laundry. Tip number 3, snacks and toys. Now, as somebody who has flown hundreds of flights with kids and traveled tens of thousands of miles, not an over-exaggeration, I started traveling with my kids at the age of 6 weeks old each. So I have gone through every phase of needing snacks, bottles, toys, diaper bags, all of the things. And what I recommend the most is when you have the opportunity, travel with healthy snacks, things that aren't going to get smushed or need refrigeration. So fruit slices, carrots, celery, small snacking tins, things that aren't going to get crushed, and then pouches. I'll tell you what, Kix for days. I will never underestimate the power of Kix. It's been a go-to snack for decades, and it definitely works in my house. But I also, when it comes to toys, I always think of using the absolute amount of effort with the least amount of space. How can I maximize my toys without getting bulky? So I usually have a various amount of toys that I have tested time and time again and absolutely love. But again, less is more. Tip number 4, choose your flights strategically. As my kids started flying at a very young age, I always try to plan my flights around nap time. As they've gotten older and we do really long flights, I try and plan them to do like the red-eye flights, the overnight flights. This way they can sleep on the flight without having to force it, and everybody wakes up refreshed when the flight lands. Choosing your flight, however, also goes back to knowing your kids. Do they sleep on planes? Do they sleep in places that aren't their room? How comfortable are they in a lot of ambient noise? Do they need a sound machine to go with it? When you are able to know your kids' routines, you can make decisions how that flight you're booking best fits into your family routine to minimize the amount of additional stress that you're adding on your kids as well as yourself. Tip number 5, don't over plan. As somebody who was notorious for over planning everything, and I'm talking you hit 20,000 steps before lunchtime, over planning. Before I had kids, I've learned my lesson for not over planning. A few times I've learned the hard way because I am the type of person that when I travel, I want to go see everything. I want to experience everything. But traveling with kids has taught me to slow down. And that includes enjoying breakfast, take it slow, savor the moment. Then don't overlook the ability to stop and play for the kids. That is a huge opportunity for them to do what they want to do, run off some energy, and then you can also sit and enjoy and take a breather for a moment. My theory is try and plan one big thing during the day and the rest of the time just kind of meander. The meandering and the wandering is where a lot of your adventures come from that weren't on the itinerary. Don't underestimate the power of not over planning. Tip number 6, moms and dads, mostly moms, need a break too. This means sitting and enjoying your coffee. Back to the first step. Enjoy your breakfast. This also means sitting and enjoying your coffee. When you're in Italy or in Europe, anywhere pretty much, enjoy a glass of wine or a pint of beer while you're just sitting and people watching. This is a great time to bring out a small coloring pad or something along those lines for your kids to be able to sit at the table and play while you're able to sit and catch your breath for a moment. Remember, you're not just the trip planner, you're a person also who does not have to make sure that everything is being followed to the letter to make the perfect trip. Because I'll tell you what, there's no such thing as a perfect trip. There is an amazing trip, but a perfect trip is inconceivable because there's always a different element. And when you get that perfect out of your brain and you start to sit back and relish the moments and enjoy the wandering and just embrace every aspect of it, you will then be able to also enjoy sitting down and savoring the moment for yourself and not just for your family. Right, last tip, tip number 7, and this is my favorite. Let travel be your teacher. And as a world schooling family, this is probably my biggest joy when we're traveling because it isn't just about going to the destination. It's about learning. You're learning about different cultures through their food, through the language, learning how to navigate, and then also even down to delayed flights. Trust me, it teaches patience. These are all life skills that you are embracing not only for yourself, but then you're also being able to share with your kids. So not only are they learning about the world around them, but you are too. And that is the greatest treasure that travel has to give us. From learning about history, food, culture, and problem solving when the time comes, all of these are life lessons that we can take into everyday aspects when we're not traveling. For not only yourself, but your kids as well. I'll tell you first off though, I'm not a parenting expert. I have zero expertise in the realm of counseling and parenting and studying all of those things. I am just a parent of 2 beautiful kids who I decided to take with me around the world because I am a traveler. And now they are too. Becoming expert travelers at young ages has been able to show my kids how to be well-rounded and really, really resilient and adaptable to almost any scenario that the world can throw at them. So you don't have to be fearless to travel with kids, but you have to try. And I hope these 7 tips will help you on your next adventure. So subscribe now if you want to see real life moments as a traveling parent of two, honest tips, travel destinations, tips and tricks along the way, favorite destinations, breakdowns, guides, everything that you can think of to start making your travel dreams less on a Pinterest board and more about real life experiences.